Second Opinion Games.
Game Collector here with Second Opinion Games, and today is the Dreamcast's 19th birthday. And just like any 19-year-old, if you're willing to put in the time and the money, eventually you'll get some quality entertainment. So I'm here to make sure that you actually get lucky with your Dreamcasts, that is. So first things first. The audio-video side of things, I just recommend using standard AV cables, but most people prefer to use the VGA, so that's an option, but not really necessary for me. I do like the old-school style of things, so it's really not a big deal for me. Also, things to get out of the way is the VMUs. They're cute, fun, and they are really cool. There's quite a bit of them, too. So make sure you pick up quite a few of these because they don't really hold that much memory, so you're really going to need them. Also, they can actually link to talk to each other, to transfer data, but you're going to have to replace the batteries in these quite a bit, and I believe they use a CR32 battery. It's kind of the round ones, kind of weird. Also, there is a Rumble feature cards, and sometimes they come in different shapes and sizes. Some of them actually let you use save slots on them as well, so that's something to look forward to. And we have a microphone. See, the Dreamcast was the first console to have voice chat, so to speak. You would basically record like a 3-second clip or racial slur, and you would just use it by pressing a button. Generally in Alien Front Online, but a couple of other games use it as well. It did have a broadband adapter, but it wasn't really used by many games, and some servers are still up and running to play on the 56K modem, but who has dial-up anymore? I recommend, if you really want to do that type of thing, use a Raspberry Pi. I believe it also uses works well for Quake 3 Arena. So you have that going on. And you might want to consider yourself getting a steering wheel. Now, it fits in the VMU right over here. Bam. And there's no pedals here. You have these springs for brake and acceleration, and it feels really good, but it wobbles around the table pretty easily. So I recommend putting some Velcro on the bottom, and then that will hold it into place really well, so you could have a really fun time, especially with Daytona there. It's a great game in general. Also, I gotta recommend using a mouse once in a while. The Dreamcast mouse is very well made, with the scrolly wheel, the buttons on the side, and 2 clickers. However, it does still have the trackball. Oh, trackball problems. It's great for games like Super Invaders or Quake 3 Arena, where I use generally a controller and mouse to move my character around. But maybe you don't like the controller and mouse, so then you would want to go to the keyboard. And there is quite a few different styles, but they really don't change that much. Here is the Sega.net one, and notice the spacebar is slightly different. I found at least 4 different style keyboards so far. And if you want to play a lot of fighting games, then you might want to consider yourself a arcade stick with lots of button presses, and this is really fun to use, and I strongly recommend one of these. But I even more recommend getting the Total Control 3. You could put a memory card in here off to the side. Also, you could put your regular VMUs in there as well. And where that works great for fighting games is it lets you use your Sega Saturn controllers, which are perfect for the fighting games on the Dreamcast in every way, shape, and form. And this little doohickey also lets you use your Sega Saturn Twin Stick, so you don't have to have 2 of these laying around. I know space can be an issue for many, many people, so I really don't see the need to own a Twin Stick exclusive to the Dreamcast, where I could just use my Sega Saturn one on both consoles. Seems to make a lot more sense to me. Also, I want you guys to think of the games. Now, don't strict yourself just to US releases. Think about the Japanese releases too, or maybe even new releases, or games that never actually came out. These are all strong things to consider when picking up games for your Dreamcast, don't just lock yourself into US releases. Also, things that never actually came out here is light guns. Yes, in America, the light gun never came out, thanks to crazy shootings like Columbine. They thought that it was too sensitive for our American tastes. Now, also the VMUs go in here, and things play pretty well. Reload, fire, and looks good. But I don't recommend this style at all. Instead, I recommend this one that looks like it's from the Halo universe. I wonder if they copied it. Also, puts a VMU in here. And this one actually has a D-pad on the side, so it helps you navigate the menus really easy. And I find these to be extremely accurate as well. So overall, happy birthday, Dreamcast! These are some great games, and remember all the accomplishments that the Dreamcast gave us. And it is simply one of the best video game systems ever made, and always will be. So happy birthday, Dreamcast, and of course all this is just my opinion. Thanks for watching.